From the human point of view, we might be afraid of being nobody, because most of the people are seeking for validation from others or seeking for validation from their own achievement. Our tendency is totally depending on validation or sense of self, or sense of joy or pleasure deriving from things and stuff, rather than acknowledging the source of all. In other words, being aware of ourself, its wholeness, fullness, magnificence, perfection of the moment, experiencing joy in the moment, joy of existence. Actually, this flow of energy is expanding moment by moment. We can be aware of it. Through accessing to its fountain of life, we feel deep security, confidence, freedom, and fullness, everything that we want. And then we realize that how we are relying on something unstable, which is self-images and things and stuff, our perceptions, as a source of strength or inspiration. We know that all these memories and careers and self-images, what we've achieved, ideas of what we have and such, comes and go, and actually they are nothing but a pointer and material for us to be aware of more of fullness. In other words, all those images, illusions arise for us to be aware of substance, truth of our being, which is fullness, ever expanding awareness, infinite flow of creative energy, being, presence. We might be wanting to be somebody because we don't want to be nobody, therefore we hold on to all those images. But we can remember that if we allow us to be nobody, in other words, no body, not body, if we allow us to recognize ourselves not as a body, not as images, not as thoughts, not as ideas and concepts. Instead, allow us to be aware, the awareness, spaciousness, and feel into presence, not to define any concept or ideas, not to define even any perceptions, just ever expanding awareness, just ever flowing energy, just being aware and aware. And our sense of aliveness and all that isness are just arise. And knowing that all that is just arise. And we can even start perceiving such full of joy and aliveness and vibrancy in everything. Our daily experience will be nothing but the expansion of fullness, no matter what this body engaging with physical activity, no matter where you are, no matter what you think, we can experience this physical phenomena, physical life from more of deeper realm, deeper dimension, which is more of fullness, love, light, joy, aliveness. Then we realize that all those self-images and mental baggages with which we thought we can be somebody are actually limiting ourselves, limiting our joy, fullness, and infinite flow of love and wisdom through accessing into eternal now, deeper dimensions, more of ourselves. Because while we are hold on to our concept and self-images, we think that we think that provides us something that we want, And actually, it might. It might give you stimulation of pleasure and pain, but which block our deeper fullness, deeper joy, freedom and bliss. We might have heard the saying, people who have a lot is harder to enter the kingdom of God. And we can know that it's not about how much stuff you have materially. It is about how much you are believing, holding the mental images. It is identification with things and stuff. I am body, I am this and that. Therefore, it doesn't matter how much you have materially. The more you are aware of through self, more of spaciousness, more of tuning into presence, oneness, love, and all that isness, you can feel much more free, free to tap into now, and allow yourself to live from the heart, following bliss, in other words, following guidance of the infinite intelligence. The more allowing ourselves to reset our mental baggages and self-images and so on, tap into the spacious zero-point field now. Become nobody, become all that is spaciousness. We are literally in the bliss, in the power of all, Almighty, in the joy of presence. Allow us to live, exist as an expression of life, expression of fullness in this physical world. Power of now is kingdom of God, ever expanding good fullness. It is hard to experience of that while we are holding on to mental images, and it is difficult to be in the flow, to be in the joy of existence when we are relying and depending on the stimulation and pleasure. Pain energy comes from perception and thoughts. We can be willing to be nobody. Actually, it is everything. It is all. It is fullness, wholeness, ever expanding aliveness. Let us allow ourselves to know we are not a body. We are not images. We are not things and stuff. We are more than that.